Hi, folks. Welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And this is the second time we've said this to you because I forgot to hit record the first time.
We're stuck in a time loop.
I suspect a Hydra plot. Last time on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is what we're here to watch, by the way, we were stuck in a time loop in which Coulson and Daisy desperately trying to figure out how to get out of it because of the broken time loop. We talked about this already. We just didn't record it. So we're going to summarize really quickly for you what we just said but didn't record, which is that this was, last week's episode was Elizabeth Henstridge's directorial debut. Kudos to her. Fantastic first episode. We said goodbye, unfortunately, to Enoch, who helped fix everything for them with his sacrifice. Didn't even bat an eye. What a guy. Totally on board for that. We got some Daisy and Sousa shipping. We got some fun little comedic bits with the crew taking on Enoch once they figured out that he was the key to everything. And then, it's all around great episode.
Fantastic episode. Loved every second of it.
Yeah. Now we're not
even Enoch going. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hated that.
You got a little emotional, which you have not done in our reaction so far.
I haven't. I'm not normally the most emotional person. There are some things that I will tear up over, but
Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, there are some episodes of Doctor Who that will make me cry, even if I'm watching reactors reacting to it. So, yeah.
Same.
But
so I can't falter for that.
It's okay. But, yeah, no, it was just so... I wasn't expecting it. And I was so awed by how he just didn't...
How selflessly
he did it. He didn't even flinch. And I love that, and just everything he had to say afterwards. It was all very profound, and but moving and worthwhile, and perfect for the people who were listening, including the audience.
Yeah.
So it was just really all around a fantastic scene. So yeah, it got me.
And to summarize the pros of the episode, I mean, we loved... Clark Gregg as Phil Coulson, his exasperation at being going through the time loop over and over again, not always being awakened, and the frustration of not really having a whole lot of control over that and having to repeat himself over and over again. We both get very frustrated if we have to repeat ourselves over and over again.
We both get really frustrated if we have to repeat ourselves.
We both get really frustrated if we repeat ourselves over and over again. And so no wonder that he was very frustrated. His delivery of some of those lines was fantastic. I thought Chloe was fantastic as Daisy throughout the episode. A lot of weight falling on her shoulders to carry the episode, and she did fantastic throughout it as well. And I liked the parallel between Enoch and Coulson. Coulson struggling with the notion and the question of who he is and what he is, and then getting the chance to kind of be there for Enoch at the end and say, you're a part of this cycle too. So that's important, and I hope he takes that lesson home on his own behalf as well. We don't know where the team's going. We don't know what they're going to face next. And I don't know. I'm very curious to see where we go.
Same.
Haven't seen Fitz yet. Don't know what Nathaniel and Cora are up to. One of our favorite things, by the way, we watch a lot of different reactions to this after we've done our own reaction. And one of our favorite moments from every reaction that we saw for last week's episode was that the moment Nathaniel and Cora popped up, everybody was so mad.
Pissed. Everyone was so angry.
Yeah, because they were just so in the moment of Enoch passing, they did not want to see that at all. And I understand, the show has to continue. They have to make a path toward the next episode, so they don't have any choice but to put that there. But it was tough to see. I think we were the only two that didn't really care.
We're like, what's this? What?
Yeah, but everybody else was like, oh, come on.
This guy.
Yeah, everybody was very mad about that. So that was funny. If you want the full reaction to this episode, you can find that where?
On Patreon.
Yeah, for $5, you can get access to this series as well as every other series we do. You don't have to buy a tier for each episode or each show that we're watching. You can literally get them all $5 tier. You just sync up your own copy with the time code that we leave in that video. And then after we've watched this and given you our thoughts, you can jump down in the comments below and let us know what you think.
Yep. Glad to have every one of you.
That's right. What else do they need to do?
Yes. If you like content like this, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up.
And consider.
And consider subscribing to the channel.
Talking over you. Sorry. I feel like I'm still in a time loop.
I feel like I'm still in
Time. All right, we're going to jump into this episode and let you know what we think. Here we go.
Wow. The future.
Is this the guy that Ward was working
Why don't
for?
I call the psych
Maybe.
warden? Tell him you wandered off.
Can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Damn. That's a neat trick.
Garrett, right?
Yeah, that's called a superpower. Would you like one?
Sweetheart, 2 more beers on my tab.
Okay.
Under the name John Garrett.
Yep. Ah, boy.
What are you thinking?
Well, you're the director.
No, enough with the formalities. We're dead in the water here. I need you to be you.
Can I take that out of your hands?
I got it. Thanks.
Just thought I'd put some weight on the new leg as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you. What?
Say what you will about the 50s. At least he doesn't know chivalry's dead.
Okay, anyway.
Moving along.
Wish you'd pulled a solution for this out of my head. I can't know.
You were not confused. You were devastated. I've never seen you so freaked. You were inconsolable. That's why I asked.
Daisy, there's one other thing.
Oh, yeah.
At Afterlife, there was a woman who...
Oh, hello.
What was first? He's hunting us.
I got my power back, thanks to you. And if you get taken, you could lose it again, and then you give it
I'll go. Scout a point of attack. You said be me. This me is disposable if I get caught.
Disposable's the last thing you are.
Recyclable then. Minimal risk.
I can take him in.
I can't allow that.
It's the easiest way. I know the layout. I'll drop him somewhere secret and then go.
I'll stay. But you have to bring back my daughter.
Surprise.
But Cora is volatile. She already tried to kill your mother.
You just never said anything about a sister, another kid.
It's possible that Cora wasn't alive.
This is Cora, the one Inhuman we trust. The others felt entitled to judge who is given gifts, who not.
It was tradition. When you're raised in it, you don't know any better.
Those days are over. Cora and I are champions of the people, like Robin Hood, stealing from the high and mighty and giving to those more deserving. Cora, Mr. Lee is in a lot of pain. Why don't you put him out of his misery?
Nope.
What? You don't trust me?
You seem pretty calm considering where we're headed.
This fight is necessary. That probably helps. Just gotta figure out why this thing isn't communicating with Fitz anymore.
Maybe it never was.
So then why wouldn't Fitz help us? Don't.
Maybe it's too painful to remember. To want to remember.
Please don't even think that.
I sent him messages that disappeared into the depths of space. No answer.
Fitz is out there. Whatever's happening right now is happening for a reason. We're gonna fix this and get back to him.
What? Come on.
Waiting is the hardest part. Take him to be prepped.
Buddy! There he is.
And you're Agent Coulson.
Oh, call him Phil. I've seen it all, bud. Everything you did to me.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Not yet, but I got a sneak peek in my future, and you play a big part in it. Here's a hint. You vaporized me with a space laser.
Garrett. Clever. Digging up our greatest hits.
I'm not even mad. They let me watch you die a bunch of times. Made me feel better.
Oh yeah, which one was your favorite?
Long-haired creepo. Stabbed you with a pointy stick. That was funny.
You haven't changed a bit. And I'm aware that statement makes no sense.
You should talk to her.
No, I shouldn't. She can't know who I am.
Why not?
Because of the timeline.
The timeline is screwed. Pardon my French. Look who you're talking to. A guy who served under I Like Ike and was supposed to be dead by now.
Ike?
Point is, you got a rare opportunity here. I got a list of people long gone by now I'd do anything to have one last stolen moment with.
Aw.
Regardless of what space-time has to say about it.
I don't know.
I'll be your chaperone. How about that? You need me to bail you out? I'll be right there.
Aw.
You really are square, aren't you?
Yep.
Harsh, but yes.
I changed my mind.
Oh, well.
You see? Everything worked out. Huh? Pun intended.
Did it?
You don't know what you're doing giving that man that power.
It was written in the stars.
I wanted out, and I was out. I disappeared, reappeared. There should be a word for that.
You teleported.
I like that. Yeah, thanks, Phil.
All right, you think with enough practice you could take me with you? You could go where I tell you to.
I'll bet your bottom dollar.
Good. We have our target out there. Let's go find her.
I never knew my mom. And when I finally found her, she wasn't who I'd hoped she would be. She hurt you.
Yep.
I can't speak to your mother's reasons. But for me, sometimes trying to do the right thing comes out all wrong.
Who the hell are you?
Melinda May. Blast from the future. It's your old buddy, John Garrett. Oh, sorry, babe. You ain't who I'm...
Okay.
Yeah, kick his butt, man.
All right. Bye.
And don't you look at me like that. You still have Daisy. Isn't one daughter enough?
Oh. Spoilers.
Oh, you didn't know. Wow, it's like a season finale of Dallas around here.
Oh, jeez.
I wanted to tell you, but I could.
You said about your mother. You were talking about me.
It's okay.
I hurt you, but I would never.
It's actually a riveting story, Killer. But guess who steps in to crush your spine? Dear old... No!
Leave my daughter alone.
Oh.
Mom, no!
Oh, no.
That's a problem.
Oh, I guess you won't live forever.
Oh, yeah, you really, really, really did not want to piss her off.
Get him, Daisy. Man.
Who's this Garrett fella anyway?
Oh, no.
There you are.
Shoot him.
Oh no.
I wanted to come with you. Meet my sister. You know, Sybil told me all about it.
Zeke Shaw, answer your radio.
May, where are we going?
We're not going anywhere. You are.
The Zephyr's been hijacked.
Hey, that's our time machine.
And every outcome where we don't come out on top has one thing in common.
Fizz.
He's gotten in our way long enough. And now you're gonna take us to him.
And that is it for another episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Heidi, your thoughts?
I was really looking... I hated that Jiaying died. Hopefully that'll be fixed at some point in time. But I was really looking forward to seeing Daisy go all Dark Phoenix. I was really
real close.
Really close. That would have been really cool. But
May had enough.
Yes, she had. Enough is enough. I really love the callback to the actual MCU. So that was nice to see, even though it was talking about Coulson's death.
Right.
Again. But this episode's a bit of a downer, but that kind of has to happen for our heroes to prevail. So here's hoping for that.
I will tell you, going into this episode, I try so hard because we do these reactions. I always am trying not to be spoiled.
Same.
And so we make sure that we have the episode that we're going to react to. I avoid social media, anything that's going to be even remotely talking about the shows I watch. I avoid it. Invariably, though, I see something and I just try to move past it quickly and not read it or not whatever. But today, I got an image of who we now know was Garrett holding Gemma.
Ugh.
And the headline was, after Redacted's death, how do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. move forward? Or whatever. So in my head, I thought, oh no, either we're going to find out that Fitz was dead and it's going to be a playoff of what we saw last week where Gemma was breaking down, or someone's going to kill Gemma and we're going to find out that Fitz was, is going to come back alive, expecting to see Gemma, and, and what does that mean for Deke? And what does that mean for whatever? But we still have that kind of question, even though that's not what happened here. We still have, how is Daisy?
Oy.
Mac was already born.
Yep.
How is Daisy?
Yeah.
So they're clearly in a different timeline. Multiversal reality. They're shunted off into some other...
Yeah, I mean, if you go by the MCU's version of time travel, the future that we're expecting was their past. So this is something not... that's not going to affect Daisy's existence because that timeline already happened.
Sure.
So,
I hope that Jiaying's death means that Korra lands on their side. If not on their side, at least anti-smug and smirky Nathaniel. I did like the casting of young Garrett. I could see it.
Yeah.
And I liked the...
It's been a while since I've seen Garrett.
The goofiness of that. So that was pretty cool. I'm very concerned that we haven't seen Fitz. I hope that the way this episode ended means we're about to.
Yeah. Here's hoping. But, so last time we saw when the implant was taken out, Gemma was able to completely answer the question that they needed to have answered. But immediately thereafter, she was inconsolable. So...
Right.
If there is any way that this jerk can take out the implant and try to find Fitz, I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be able to get through to her quite right off the bat, if it's even possible for him to take it out.
Right.
So she's not going to be that helpful.
And we don't know what Deke can do. Now, I would not want my safety
future
in Deke's
safety,
hands.
All the
However, he saved... He did not let Enoch's sacrifice go to waste last week. He was able to do what needed to be done. And there is a lot of Fitz and Gemma in Deke. For all of his goofiness, there's a lot of him there.
He's very smart, very driven, very loyal. So we will see, hopefully, his presence be something important.
Also, let's not forget that while finding Fitz may be a problem, Fitz isn't just goofy season 1, season 2 Fitz. Fitz has been through a lot.
Yeah.
Fitz is capable of a lot.
Yeah.
And I think perhaps Nathaniel doesn't understand fully that he might be biting off more than he could chew if he goes after Fitz.
Yeah.
Especially if he's holding on to Gemma while he does so.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to like that outcome.
Right. So I'm less worried. I'm worried because we're in the final few episodes.
Yeah, there's 3 episodes left, people.
I'm less worried that, I don't know. I'm trying not to be worried about any of my favorites. However, this is a Mutant Enemy production. And if we know anything about Mutant Enemy productions, we know that they don't hesitate to kill off people that we care about.
Especially in seasons finales and series finales.
Right. So I'm a little worried about some of those things. However,
or movies.
I've heard a lot of speculation. I don't want to go into all that here. I've heard a lot of speculation about where Fitz might be and what might be up with him. And some of that pertains to Deke and other things. So I'm not going to go into all of that, but I'm curious to see how they're going to land this plane. Yep. Metaphorically, not how they're going to land the Zephyr.
Well, I mean...
that should be pretty straightforward.
You would think.
Yeah. Any theories for you? I mean... what becomes of Daisy now that her future...
Well, she just doesn't have a future in this particular timeline. She obviously exists. Yes. So I'm not...
But hey, that could make you a better spy. You just don't exist.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do? No, and I've been really trying hard to avoid spoilers as well. Like, for real, like, we follow a lot of people who watch the same shows.
And we watch other people's reactions after we filmed our own.
Yeah. But sometimes, I have some people that I have on my Twitter timeline, and I've seen people, like, caught words here and there, and I scroll as fast as I can to get past it because I really don't want to have any spoilers, which is really funny. We used to really love spoilers.
Right.
That was actually one of our favorite things, is reading or hearing about the spoiler and then seeing how it actually played out. Right. But for real, though, don't want to see any. So I've kind of hesitated to speculate. I just really want to see and kind of take in what the writers, producers, directors have in store for us. There's 3 episodes left. That's 3 hours of goodness and hopefully good conclusions for everyone. Hopefully a few happy ones.
3 hours. That's a whole end game.
It is a whole end game. Look at that. Look at that. But the thing is, this episode definitely a downer, but we definitely needed to have something spur on the rest of it. So we'll see.
Yeah. Now I have to say, the last episode where we were in Afterlife, so 2 episodes ago, was my least favorite episode of the season. I just don't care. And for me, the Inhuman season that we had on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was its weakest season by far. I've enjoyed every other season much more so than I enjoyed that Inhuman season. However, this episode picked up the pace a lot. There's a lot more happening. There's a lot more here to grab onto. So I actually like this episode a lot better. I was initially, we're still in 83. We're dealing with the Inhuman thing again. We're doing all this again. I was a little bit about it going in, but it ended up being a very good episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked that. I didn't like that it was the bad guy pretty much playing it out, but I do like that there was at least a little bit of exchange between Daisy and her mother, and hopefully Daisy will take from that what she will, maybe understanding that what her mother said, sometimes the best intentions just come out wrong. So hopefully, she kind of wronged her quite a bit, but...
Now, show of hands, who wants Nathaniel to die a bloody and painful death? My feet are up, too. You just can't see. Definitely want him gone. Kind of hope that Cora's redeemable.
Yeah.
For Daisy's sake.
And I'm kind of I'm concerned about this whole process where he took her powers. Because, if we want to talk science, the human body does recycle itself. And things do regenerate. Blood, regenerates every 3-4 months. And, that sort of thing. So it's how long is this power going to be his if he took a couple of glands and some spinal fluid?
All right.
So I really, now he did point out that he has had these powers longer. Right. So I'm guessing it stays with him because of those glands, but maybe. Still it's kind of, it strikes me as weird. It shouldn't be able to stick with him, but now, whatever.
As far as your question about why he was killing the people after he took their powers, I'm not sure he was doing that with all of them, but it also may be that he has an end goal in mind that only requires him to have a certain number of people on his team, and that leaving people alive with powers that could escape and thwart him was something he was trying to avoid.
I suppose. I guess that sort of makes sense, but
plus, evil.
Yeah,
so,
sure. But resources. If you want to, what's the play here? If you really want to have a couple of people who should be able to teleport, why not have a whole platoon of them?
Sure. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You don't go and take all of the thing that you like right off the bat. You go back a little at a time. You don't want it to disappear right away.
So it's
I don't think that metaphor works.
No,
it was just an
really,
attempt. Yeah, maybe I'm just hungry, I think.
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it for this episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like Heidi said, 3 episodes left. That's not a lot of time.
No.
Very curious about how we're going to end this season. Have high hopes for it, and I'm super excited, but also sad to see it go.
Yeah.
I think we're all there. Definitely let us know in the comments down below how you felt about this episode. What are your hopes for the next 3 episodes? Again, no spoilers or anything like that, but if you want to speculate, that's a good place to do it. But what are your hopes for how this season is and this series is going to end?
Yeah.
We'd like to know that and talk to you about that down below. That's really it.
Yeah.
If you one last little plug to make, if you have not checked out our podcast, Pop Culture, it is found on Buzzsprout. That link is actually down below in the description. But if you don't do podcasts that way, you can also find those on our YouTube channel. And those are very easy to spot. They all look the same. There's no video for those things. It's just the audio with a little video placeholder. But you can check that out there and see if that's something you're into. We'd appreciate that.
Yep.
Anyway, until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.